Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, back for another episode of Age of Wonders 4. I almost said Age of Wonders 3. Force a habit there after so many years of doing it. We got a lot to go over here. Well, not a whole lot in terms of feedback, but a lot of stuff I want to talk about. So let's go ahead. I'm going to let it start cycling through to the next turn so we can keep things moving here. A little bit of feedback from you guys, but the first thing I wanted to mention is that over here by Arcadia, there is some stuff going on. They are getting absolutely rushed by both blue and orange here, black and orange. They have ironclad, so I'm a little bit worried about Arcadia's prospects for survival here. Although I did just send them a whole bunch of extra troops. I have actually burned through all the Rally of Legis stuff that I can, but I might have to do something about that. That is a lot of stuff headed their way. So I will see what I can spare on the next turn. I've already pretty much moved all of the armies that I can on this turn. They don't have any movement left. They've already been doing other things. I didn't notice this until after I finished recording yesterday. Notably, blue did not start the siege. Maybe orange will. I want to see what they do here. Orange has got all those extra juggernauts, though. They'll be able to punch through the walls pretty effectively. Probably, I would guess that would be a 3-turn siege, but depending on what type of siege projects they have access to, that could be a 2-turn siege. They could get their fortification damage up to 20. I'm a little worried about that. While we're waiting for... Oh, no, there they go. No, they're not starting it yet, so that buys me another turn. So while we're waiting on them to finish up that, let's go through your feedback for this week. First, from Chris Lighthawk, a couple things. Whiterun has a lot of conduits and would benefit from a Mages Guild. I have not actually counted that up, but they do really have quite a few. They've got 5, so I probably will build a Mages Guild there. Magic has been a bit more of a bottleneck this game than Gold has, so I think shoring that up with a Mages Guild is probably a good idea. I think I'll build that next, most likely. And then also from Chris, when a hero is defeated, you get one of their best items. The rest disappear. Did not know that. That must be kind of part of how the system has changed, since you get to keep the hero's body regardless. I think what they probably did, and what I've noticed in past games, even now, like even in the current iteration of the game, I think they're trying to kind of limit the item forge capabilities of players a little bit. You would get so many items, just so many items from killing heroes, and now they're a little harder to come by, but I still find that I get quite a few, and especially in the late game, plenty with Binding Essence. I think it's the early game where it's much harder to come by them, is what it seems like is most affected. The one thing I have noticed, though, is because you get only the most powerful items that heroes have, or you tend to get the more powerful ones, you often don't get... Let's just auto this here. You often don't get items like the little trinkets they're carrying, which could have things like Siege Master or Demolisher or plus 10 casting points or whatever. Those seem a lot less common to find now, and I find myself forging them on my own. Now in this game, I already got a lot of that kind of stuff before the patch changed things, so I actually already have quite a few of those kinds of items. But in future games, I'll have to sort of plan around that a bit. So it does seem to make it it does seem to affect the game flow in a noticeable way when it comes to items. I think also part of the idea was to try to make the Giant Kings feel a little more capable of manufacturing items, since they have some ways of generating those kinds of resources slowly, but there is a way that they can, and I think that's kind of cool to try to give them that extra niche for item forging. It makes sense for a Giant King. But see, like, I only pulled one piece of armor off that hero that was just in that auto combat from that city state. He probably had more than that on him, but it just took that tier 3 armor torso he had. And all it really has is regeneration. So I think that I would rather take the 25 binding fragments for that. I usually have plenty of the essence in the mid to late game, but the fragments are a bit harder to come by. So I'll just disenchant that. I think I've got better armor on most of my heroes at this point. All right, we got one turn left until Karatov goes down. And one other thing I wanted to mention from Roderick, when I'm sieging, and I don't know what's active on this city, although I can look. See, I took onagers, bombardment, undermine the walls, burn battlements. It's a pretty solid set of siege choices in here. Um, if I don't need everything, Roderick did remind me it might be worth putting Raiding Party in there for a little bit of extra gold. I don't know if I'll do that very much in this game unless gold becomes an issue, because right now I have 1,686, but it's worth sorry, 7,686, but it's worth remembering that that's an option, because if you don't need the third siege project or you aren't going to use anything for it, throw Raiding Party on there. It's literally free money if you're not going to do anything else. And I have 4 siege slots, so that may come a time for that, but as of right now, especially since I don't know how many armies she'll reinforce in the meantime, I will probably keep using the more heavy-hitting siege projects as long as I don't have any sort of financial need. I'm sort of hitting the point in the game where gold is becoming almost a runaway resource, and I don't even know if I could spend it fast enough. Oh, somebody's pillaging my teleporter. That's unfortunate, but I don't think I'm going to need it. In fact, I've already got a new one that I'm working on here, so let's go ahead and keep that going. Alright, we got lots of units that still need orders, and I also need to be thinking about getting extras up here. I think that... Wait, are they under siege? No, they're not yet, but they will be soon. I think that rather than goofing around with these armies out here, I'm going to use these extra troops for that purpose. And speaking of extra troops, I was thinking about something. Because I have so much extra gold, I really do need to start making, like, blanket, almost like default armies of extra tier 3s. Imperium is a resource that's going to be a bit limited, so I'm trying to be careful with how I spend that, especially with the dragons that are going to be upgrading. But for as far as other resources go, I think that I could definitely spare to get some extra tier 3s out and about. What is this over here? It's Archon Blood. I should probably expand Whiterun that way. I'm going to expand it anywhere. Whiterun also kind of is a little low on quarries. Let's go ahead and pick up more of those. And I'll have like extra spiders, so I can start sending things most likely to Falkreath and start running northeast just to get extra units out there that the enemy has to deal with. It should be enough to stop them, combined with Arcadia's soldiers, but at the very least it'll slow them down. Okay, where was I at? Whiterun, right. I did want to make the Mages Guild there. I am not really worried about the boost on that one. I think the earlier I get that, the better. So we'll just let Whiterun work on that. Also, I want to figure out what kind of tier 3 soldiers I want to make. So most likely what I'm going to do is just kind of spam a kind of what I call a sort of a default mix of troops where I can just queue 6 of them at once and then move on to other things while they build. So in this case, it'll probably be like an Avenger, probably mostly Avengers, and then like a Shade, a Glade Runner, and maybe a Vow Keeper, somebody for defense and healing. Because Vow Keepers are pretty good healers, so yeah, probably an army that would look kind of like this. 3 Avengers, 2 Glade Runners, and maybe 1 Vow Keeper. Or I could do a Radiant Guardian, actually. That's a shield unit that I don't really have in this mix. We'll do that. In fact, what I'll do is I'll drop one of the Glade Runners, because I generally, this build's going to do better being up close. I'll add a Shade, and then I'll add a Radiant Guardian. Some setup like that, where I can just start spamming out some extra armies and taking advantage of the extra resources that I have available to me. And I will do the same probably in Riften. I think having 2 cities doing this for now is probably enough. So maybe 3 Avengers, a Glade Runner, a Radiant Guardian, and a Shade. That looks good. I think that's a decent little army of extra units that can be flexible and move wherever they need to move. And speaking of moving where they need to move, that's where these guys are going to go. I need to get them back to that teleporter so that they can assist with that situation developing near Arcadia. I got some decent soldiers in here, so... Oh, you know what? Road building. I'm killing myself here. Alright, I'll try to remember to do that on the next turn. Actually, I could have the wolf do it for them now. Yeah, I'll do that. So we'll just flip on road building here, have him go straight to like there, and then they'll all just curve up and follow that road straight to the teleporter. That'll work. I think the teleporter already has a road on it, yeah. So they should be able to make it to that teleporter on the next turn without needing to hurry movement or anything like that. And that's also where the wolf is going to wait. Okay, you can go ahead and go through. Not that those two units are going to do much, but it's a start. And we're back at the Sanctuary Outpost. Okay, so these guys came down here to get the Void Stones. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. This could be a battle that I have to do myself because of the whole battlefield effect where these things... Wait, is that a mountain there, or is that fertile plains? That's fertile plains. Okay, we'll just walk on that. The battlefield effect where it causes units to go insane if they're standing next to each other. Odds are I'm going to need to play around that. Or I could just let them go and save time. I'm just going to let them go. I don't really care that much. And I don't want to waste time on that particular battle. Most battles I would do for the XP. But that particular one is just annoying as heck. It's because of the Void Stone's combat enchantment. So I'm just gonna opt to not do that. I have plenty of good guy points, so I can very easily get those back. And the Void Stones are now ours. I'm going to start disconnecting this province. I probably should have done that earlier. So we'll just dismantle that. Or actually, I think I can abort that. I think I can just... Is there a way that I can swap them instead of dismantling one? I don't know if you can with outposts. No, I think I have to... Yeah, I think I have to actually dismantle this one. Okay, well, we'll do that, and then I'll have all that extra research. So, it'll be cool. Now, where does this one go? Way to the southeast. I mean, it would be kind of interesting to get an army out here on the flank to start causing trouble, but I already have things that I need them to do, and getting to a teleporter is more important, so I'll send them back. Alrighty. Looks good for now. Now, this ferry's waiting here while these guys are getting ready to siege Akkad, which literally just spawned in more troops. That's kind of annoying. That's actually super annoying. I was hoping to lay siege to the city before that happened, but alright, well, we'll see what they do. I'm gonna move in and start the siege anyway. I don't want to wait any longer with these guys. Alright, we'll start that siege. We're gonna throw everything we've got at them. Tower bombardment, construct onagers. Now in this case, I don't want headlong assault. The exhausted is so bad for me with this heavy healing build. I cannot afford to have that. So in this case, it's going to be harassed defenders, and we'll take raiding party for free money. Now hopefully they can handle that on their own, but I think that party that's in the city will probably come out and... I think the one that just spawned in the city will probably come out and come after me. The brigand camp's sending something. That I don't really care. Outpost is under siege. That I kind of care about. Hang on, what? That's pretty close to me. Yeah, orange. That's orange causing trouble. Although this is where... Oh, orange has an outpost down here now. This is under Markarth. But I have... Is that a teleporter that I have down there? Or did I make that a mine? I did make that a mine. It'd be 3 turns before that becomes a teleporter. I don't know if it'd be faster to wait for that. Well, no, it won't, because the outpost will be out of my control by then. So I need to use the teleporter outside of Markarth to get my other guys back. Ugh, okay. I'm gonna send a crow off this way. I'm gonna build another road for our guys back to that teleporter just to help them move quicker on the next turn. Okay, Whiterun's looking good. Markarth got stone walls. I know Markarth needs more stuff. It could use a mint. It could also use the next town hall upgrade. I think I'm gonna grab that. But what do I need to get for the mint afterwards? Mint needs an extra, it needs a mine. I will just grab one of these. I guess either one is fine. I'll just take this one that's a bit more on the edge and move this little guy up here. Getting all those extra animals, which actually have super growth now, or will. Oh, Force of Nature is done researching on the next turn. That's going to drastically increase my damage output. Now I can get the mint, although I'm going to take the town hall first. Then we'll grab the mint. That'll be even more gold. Tranquility Pool acquired. Void Stones, we're working on number 3. Okay. All these new guys that are getting thrown into my jails, I'm pretty much kind of ignoring them because they're only going to have one item on them each. So I would rather just keep them for the passive income provided by the crypts and the prison. That little bit of extra mana and knowledge income that you get. I can make gold golems now, although with my build, I would be better off just producing more Pyre Templars if I want something that costs extra Imperium. So, not going to worry about gold golems this game. Don't really have a construct-focused build. I do have a construct-focused build with a different setup that I really like a lot, but it is not this one. Riften can make a monolith. Anything that generates mana I should probably grab. Also, Riften I kind of think I'd like to have stone walls out there. Okay, let's drop a quick save here. And keep an eye on what happens out near Arcadia. Okay. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, I figured Arcadia would get hit hard, but wasn't sure about this hard. Those units should be on their way. Oh, Rally of Lieges just flipped over. So I can get them some more units, although it might be too late by the time they show up. Depends on when they start that siege and how long it takes them to progress it. That is a very, very big army. That is a concerningly large army. I think they might need more help than my extras can provide, but we'll see. There are a lot of like low tier units in here. Like Blue's got a lot of tier 1, so they're not really that scary. They are legendary rank, but aside from that, they're not too scary. It's Orange that worries me with those big ironclads. I don't really have anything with electric damage that's good at taking them down. What are they doing? They're wasting time going and doing something else. Like, they haven't even started the siege yet. Oh, wait, hang on. Can they start the siege? They haven't had a hero down there. Orange has one here, but I don't think Blue had one. So they actually couldn't siege anything. Okay, Orange is, I think, moving in position. I think Orange is planning to start the siege with that hero. But this is good. The longer they spend goofing around, the more time I have to get some extra troops out there to help defend. And the more time I have, crucially, to spam all my Rally of Liege points on reinforcing Orange. Literally, or reinforcing Arcadia. Literally all of them. I don't think there's anything else I need to reinforce, and I don't need any for myself. Okay, so still no siege down here. That's good. That should buy me enough time, I think. I think between the Rally of Liege reinforcements and my own reinforcements, if I can get them out there in time, that should be enough. Plus, I'm also making some extra troops on my own. Those guys won't be done for a little while, but here we go. I kind of figured. This one's going to be ugly. This one is going to be ugly. If I get a couple losses here, I'd probably take it. Unless it's like a golden dragon that's fairly highly promoted, then I would rather not. There was a dragon in there. There were 2 blessed souls. There was 1 archer. To be honest, I think I take that here. I hate losing that dragon because, you know, you put work into leveling him up. What rank was he? He was a elite. Close to being a champion. You know what? I'm going to do this one myself. I don't want to lose a highly promoted dragon. I'm not 100% sure I can do this a whole lot better. Oh, one of the Pyre Templars ran for some reason too. Not 100% sure I can do this a whole lot better, but I'm going to try. Well, at least this gets rid of all their defenders in one swoop, more or less. Okay. Well, basically the name of the game is get into these guys' faces. It's really all you got to do in these battles. I do have a very good sorcerer. Can do a ton of damage. I'm going to try to make use of that. What do these things do? Oh, they spawn the little splitterling guys. Okay. Well, I'm going to move up on this side and kind of ignore the hero up here and force him to come down to me. Although he is a ritualist, he's actually kind of vulnerable up there. Maybe I should actually rush him. I think I'm going to do that. Alright. We're just going to bull rush that guy. Got a Vowkeeper here. He can just sort of protect the friends. I think everybody's just going to be more or less moving straight forward on this one. This army is actually probably going to have to draw some fire and then fall back. And kind of loop around and meet the others in the middle, because I don't know if sending these guys straight at all this is a good idea. I think they would get a little overwhelmed. Instead, I will move this guy here. I wonder if he could zap that thing out of existence or draw them to do something unwise. This guy doesn't offer any area. I'm worried about setting him up and doing that, because I'm worried these guys will just all gang up on him and do a ton of damage, but I don't know if they can reach him. So I think I'm willing to take that risk. I'll move up as many units as I can to make sure that... Oh wait, bestow Mask of Prosperity. That might be a good time to do this. Because that I could use to protect the mage. Alright, I'm going to do that. What's the range on this Radiant Spike? I know it's really long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's kind of hard to see. Let me turn on the grid here. It's still kind of hard to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's actually safe to sit back here. I want to leave him somewhere where he can hit both of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he can move back 1 space and still hit either one of these things, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think he's good here. So I'm going to have him do the Mask of Prosperity on my hero there, just to make sure that sorcerer doesn't get wrecked. Also, I'm probably going to... Oh, no, I don't have that healer here. Okay. I'm going to run these guys straight forward and see how they react. If I can get within range of those towers and kill them early, that's that many less splitterlings I have to deal with. And I also do have my catapults to help out. I'm going to go ahead and zap that once with him, since he can. And I think that's all my moves at the moment. I guess that archer can get a free hit on that, or attempt anyway. Everybody else good? Not seeing anything. I'll zoom out here a little bit and kind of... Yeah, everybody's moved forward. Okay. I gotta turn the grid back off. I'll wait until they're done moving, so I want to see what they do. Okay, they're buffing their buddies with Tyrant's Mark. That's how it all starts. Okay, Blessed Shield's getting wrecked. I'm starting to see how they died. But they're tanking, and that's what I need them to do. Oh good, he missed. I might be able to get him out of there. Alright, a lot of those guys moved to the middle, which is not what I was expecting. A lot of the big guys. And they're a little vulnerable, I think. They're kind of close to the front. If I can get up there, I can surround them. I also need to get this guy the heck out of here. He's look at all those debuffs. He has done more than his fair share of work here. Alright, let me first off turn off the grid. And get this guy out of here. Oh, he's chained to that thing. I think she can... Alright, how does this work? Can she damage him? Target enemy unit has 120% of becoming enchained. Start each turn a 30% chance to break free if failed. Sustains 10 physical damage. Okay, he's still got some health. And he's not decaying, so I can have him go ahead and aspect of the root himself. And get a little health back. So he's got a little free reign there. Avengers are totally replaceable, so I'm going to use them very aggressively here to just get in the enemy's face and draw fire and do damage. Also apply some debuffs, that'll work too. Basically just force the enemy to do something about them. You just start hacking through this stuff. That hero backed off, unfortunately. I was hoping I could get land a good hit in on him or something. But it doesn't seem like it's going to be that easy. I can send him forward, hit that on his way. And I'm going to guard friendlies with that unit for now. And just keep swarming that middle area with everything I've got. I've got spells. I'm just not sure which one I want to use yet. Grand Protection is a very good one. A lot of extra grace and regen, great for survivability. I might end up popping that here in combination with the Dragon's Grace, and just so my units can take get a whole ton of stacks of grace and tank a bunch of hits, because I think they're going to need it going into this next turn. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Alright, Reign of Prosperity. Now seems like a good time. I need to get my mage up to that middle area so they can start tearing apart those, particularly that guy, if I can get him. But really, any of the Umbral Thralls would be nice. Or Umbral Tyrants. I'm going to start off by going with this guy here. I'm going to wait until the end of the turn to cast that big grace bolstering thing. If I could get the Spider Monarch, that'd be nice, but I think moving into range of the enemy is probably better. I just need to keep that dragon alive, or my hero alive. I guess being in the Cleansing Flames doesn't hurt. They should have Zeal, I think. I'm going to make sure. Draconic Rage. Faithful, yeah, they have Faithful. So moving here is probably ideal because it gets me within range of really any of these things. Wait, oh wait, that's the Splitterling, not the hero. The hero is the one I kind of want to go after. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and dish out some damage to them. Yeah, that was pretty good damage. Just need to keep that mage alive. I can see them targeting him a lot. Where do I want this guy to go? There's a pretty big group over here. I think I just need to get in their face, especially that Umbral Tyrant right there. Yeah, I'm gonna get right up into his face. I might leave them. I'm gonna have one of them use Cleansing Flames right now to get the friendly terrain down there. We will move the archer forward and start chipping away at that thing, I think. Yeah, may as well mark them. The more damage I do to that thing... Oh, I can also use my shield here to buff those guys, that's nice. The more damage I do to that thing, the more damage the shade will do to it in turn. And the catapults lob some stuff, they can. I think that looks fine there. And maybe right in there. A little extra damage on that guy. I wonder if my archer could actually kill that guy if I paired it with a Devout Radiance. I doubt it. Wait, no, I've got focus aim if I move close enough. Okay, how much damage would Devout Radiance do here? Ooh, I could kill him. I could absolutely kill him, and I could severely damage a different one. I think I go for this. Yeah. Alright. We're not going to worry about Grand Protection. I'm going to trust the one stack of Grace that a lot of my units already have, and the link with this dragon to protect the hero. But I am going to use Focus Aim and just kill him now. The hero units, they do a lot of damage. I would rather just get rid of him. Okay, the rest of these guys can't really do anything else. They're just going to have to tank some hits here. I might lose somebody, but as long as it's something that can be replaced, I'm not too terribly worried about it. And then as for my dragon, I need to keep him somewhere where he can be helpful, but not get in too much trouble. I think in the shield guy's protection down here is probably fine. Especially with this guy being kind of pinned, I think the dragon should be fine here. And he can kind of help down there on subsequent turns if he needs to. Oh wait, why did I put him in defense mode? I should have just hit the thing. Okay, who's left? One of my Pyre Templars somewhere. Is there a button that's like go to this unit button? So that, because when you get to like right at the end turn, like I'm gonna click end turn. And oh wait, never mind. Of course that time it didn't work. Sometimes it goes to a unit that still has movement, but it doesn't show you where they are. And I don't like the thing that auto pans the camera around, so. No big damage yet, although they did trigger Insanity on one of the Pyre Templars. That's gonna hurt. And somebody got abducted. I'm not sure who. How's that dragon doing? Okay, they're not really targeting the mage and the dragon much, so that's good. Oh, I think they just triggered Insanity on the mage, though. That's really bad. Yep, they did. Oh, dang it. That mage is going to absolutely fry somebody. Oh, that whole front line just kind of went nuts. Okay, well, my mage is not useful for this turn. In fact, a lot of these guys aren't, because I think the Shade also... Well, at least the mage didn't absolutely brutally murder somebody. Who got abducted here? Or did they get displaced? Oh, they got displaced because of big guy. Alright, we can deal with that. I'm actually going to have the shield deal with that, because he's going to spawn little splitterlings all over, and they're easier to deal with if I can do something like this. Okay, that mostly resolves that little situation. Next thing I need to do is kill that thing. And I don't think I can on this turn. Maybe? Maybe if I sunder his defense, I can get enough damage with another Devout Radiance. I could damage a lot of stuff with it. There's a lot of places I would really like to drop this right now, but the big thing is, can I kill that unit? And right now it kind of doesn't look like I can. Maybe I could. Possibly with the Vowkeeper running over to take a shot at it. What I'll do, Devout Radiance doesn't generate any debuffs, right? It's just straight damage? Yeah, it's just damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that thing with everything I've got, which unfortunately does not include him. I'll take the 85 and not use Keen Sight yet, or Focus Aim. Okay, good. No grazes. I'm gonna run him up there. I should have done that. Shouldn't have done that yet. I should have moved the Vowkeeper up first, but that's alright. I think the Vowkeeper can still get full hit. Will this be enough? It will. Okay. Spit it out. Now that he's out, he can do a pretty big meaty hit on somebody. Probably just the only thing he can reach, I guess. You've got a good shot here. Oh, you could actually kill one of those annoying things. Go ahead and do that. Ah, you grazed. Fail. Okay, well, still got an archer there that can finish it off. I'm gonna move them behind friendlies a little bit more. Okay. Ooh, a hit to their morale. Okay. Then this guy can actually move up and start chewing through some more stuff. Alright, clear the way. I like that. So far, so good. He's no longer chained up, so I'm going to move him back up into the battle to kind of help protect the archer. And what can the dragon do? Can they do anything helpful here? Actually, yes. The dragon is perfectly capable of managing the splitterlings over here, so we'll do that. Actually, wasn't even counting on that crit, but I'll take it. See, the young dragons can take care of little things like that, but they just shouldn't be leading the charge. That's where we run into trouble. Now, if I run him here and do this, I do a lot more damage overall, so I'm going to take that. Oh, that was a good meaty crit. All right, good, good, good. Well done. This will let me get up there and take care of that battle mage. Goodbye. Okay, things are looking pretty good. Still wasn't able to cast my big grace spell, so I might still take some damage here, but I don't think I'm going to lose anyone important. Overall, I think this battle's gone about as well as it could. The mage is insane again. I gotta get them some status resistance, jeez. Bring that mage along to do the lion's share of the damage in here, and they're not doing anything. But maybe I can trigger her out. I did just lose an Avenger, that's fine, they're easy to replace. Alright, what are you gonna do? For some reason the mage is going insane, but also not attacking any... Wait, why did the insanity clear? Or was somebody else down there insane? And not the mage? I'm not sure. I think what I'm going to have the mage do is zap that group right there. Yeah, I kind of like that. Get rid of the tower while also damaging that thing. You can... Oh, this is a kill. With this guy, because now he does a bunch of extra damage. You could also go clear that one out and have someone else finish the mage off. I think it was my archer that actually went insane. Still, extra status protection would probably be a good idea. All right, we're gonna have the dragon do their Reign of Prosperity again. That certainly never hurts. I want these guys to beat the crap out of that thing. You can actually move here, take that hit, and then start closing distance. I want to get to that thing in the back that's causing trouble. You can go here and just defend. Dragon can actually go after this thing now, I think. Should be safe to do. And if I move up, I can kill that if I want to. This one can't do a whole lot. If I mark this, I bet the archer can get at least one lucky shot. There we go. Alright, in that case, I will move these guys up as far as they can go and stab him. If I could trigger a rout, that would be wonderful, but they don't seem to be in a routing mood right now. Alright, let's just get that little guy out of the way so the big troops can get back here, clear off some status effects. Get darn close to a kill on that hero, but not quite. Are they decaying? Yes, they are. That guy isn't, but those guys are. I'm gonna have you go stand in the cleansing flames. Now, did you lose decaying when you stood in them? No, you're still decaying. In that case, just guard your buddies from magic attacks. I guess you can come up here and damage that. This hero can't do much. He's kind of stuck where he's at. So I think at this point, it's more about keeping them from taking any other little easy kills. Oh, I didn't realize that Pyro Templar still had movement. Okay. Well, we can kind of pin one of these guys down then. That's good. Okay, now they're starting to show some signs of morale decline. I'm going to move you up. And... okay, my onagers are good to throw things now. I'm going to try to avoid hitting my friends and maybe just damage the towers a little bit. This one can actually hit enemy units, so I will use it for that. Alright, I think now is a good time to use Grand Protection. That regeneration should also counter decaying, I think. And I think I want to drop it right in the middle of those guys. I don't think I'm worried about anyone else. But that'll get rid of decaying on a bunch of units and give them all some nice defenses. Some of them might have gotten it right back because they're still they're still standing in shadowy nastiness. Alright, that might have not been as worth it as I was hoping. Well, at least those stacks of grace are coming in handy. They can't take that away unless they just hit at me, so... Alright, Mr. Cthulhu man. I'm afraid it's time for you to go away forever. In fact, the dragon's gonna come finish the job. Take a hit from the splitterlings, that's fine. Get rid of him. Maybe I can do that. There we go. There's one less tower to mess with. I can get up here, I can do his flame thing. Try to pin this guy down. Ah, there's a little splitterling still in the way. Alright, well, you guys are doing great. I'm gonna move on and try to help over here with this person. I don't actually know that the Emerald Taint will bother them because they are flying, yeah. Ooh, that's too good to pass up right there. Alright, here's how this is gonna work. We're gonna go ahead and Emerald Taint you, and then I can fry both of them with a single spell, or possibly, no, I don't need it for that. I'm probably going to drop a Devout Radiance on them. Okay, we can get rid of this to keep more stuff from spawning, or I can go after the big guys. Let's see how much damage the Pyre Templars can do to these guys. I would sort of like to pin the other one down. So yeah, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to drop Devout Radiance here. We'll just take out both heroes at once. That should do some pretty substantial morale damage, and then I'm going to circle around and start trying to pin these guys in. Alright, they're all routing now. So it's just like these little guys that aren't routing. I can actually... Now I might Keen Sight. Or Focus Aim, and then just get rid of them. I can use you to work on that. Can't really do much with Vow of Healing when units are decaying. I guess just stand there or get out of the nastiness. Go here, I guess. You can't. Cleansing Flames, and what is the tile that I'm on? It's just Cleansing Flames? Cleansing Flames, okay. What I'm gonna do is just move around on these a bit. Oh wait, are you not faithful? Nope, I'm just... forget it. Just defend. I'm just killing them. I'm not actually helping them at all. Go ahead and finish that off before it spawns more stuff. The other things are running, so should be fine. I'm going to try to cut them off. They should run straight out of the city. These guys here... Oh, that lady up there is not running yet. Okay, good to know. Yeah, you know what? Go over here. Start fighting her. Okay, I think we're good to end turn. I can actually let them run now that they're all routing. Because... Oh, maybe I should have chased down a few of them. I didn't think about this, but... Oh, okay, never mind. The siege is over. I thought the siege still had a few turns to go. Okay, then that's dealt with. Who survived? I think I only lost the one Avenger. So, pretty good. Okay, this is just swatting flies at this point for Dovahkiin's army. Larissa might put up a bigger fight, but these guys are nothing. They did do a lot of damage to my dragon, though, which is kind of annoying, but you should heal up some of that going into the next turn just from having that Materium upgrade that regens health when you don't move. This is another one that I can probably... Yeah, I can get rid of that. Although I do want to look and see... Look up the Phoenix. Ooh, that's a good one. I do want to take that. And Shillelagh Fiend Slaying. I don't think any of them are using Fiend units that I've noticed. Any of them heavy spec'd into Chaos? Oh, he might be. I might hang on to those. The Vampire Spider Mount's also generally pretty good for lifesteal. And then what do I want? More knowledge per turn. A flat boost of Imperium. Probably the Imperium. Yeah, I think the Imperium I take whenever I can get it. Speaking of Imperium, where are we at on some of our unlocks here? Some stuff I just kind of don't need. The faster province pillaging is probably useful, but I'll most likely just pick that up when I need it. That Breastplate of the Champion Hero item is very good. I would need to find someone that can make the most use of it. I wanted to see what my mage is wearing, because that is very good for them. Okay. They kind of need an item that gives them some status resistant, but that's just so much extra magic firepower that I find that hard to pass up. There's probably something better she could be wearing. Not really. I mean, the extra status resistance is nice. I guess I'll just leave it. If I get the Breastplate of the Champion, I might give it to one of these people. I do have a little extra Imperium, so I think I am going to pick that up. I really, really like that item. It's very strong. I'm going to give it to her instead of that magic damage boosting one. I think that's a pretty substantial improvement. If I ever get a charge attack based hero, a warrior, I'll probably switch it over to them, but for now she can have it. Alright, so still no siege out there. And I should be able to move all these units back, although I am going to enable road building here and get that connected to those other roads, and my other guys can come back. Alright, then I think I need you to get here. We'll have these guys come along the road. I think everybody should be able to make it through that teleporter now. Yep. Alright. So here comes a bunch of extra crappy units to rush to this city's defense. But I guess if we're gonna have extra crappy units, we may as well use them. And I actually have a lot of extras down here, so that's fine. I do need to replace one unit from those armies down there. Although I actually already have a replacement for that one Avenger that went down. I have that Spring Fairy down there. I'll move her in. Yeah, I'm sure it'll cycle around to her eventually. Alright, as for you guys, you need to go to the cave in near Markarth. So that's going to be... Can you make it to the teleporter? You can. Excellent. Okay. So you guys can get all the way over here real quick. Wish I had a teleporter in that one in the underground cave, but I wasn't really expecting to get hit down there. So there's Whiterun, there's Markarth. One thing that would be kind of cool is if you could name your teleporters. That way you don't have to, like, find the guy, click them, and then go back to the surface and navigate over to where they're going. You could just, like, name the teleporter Markarth, and then it would go straight there. Might be a cool little feature to think about. Okay, Force of Nature is done. And Mass Rejuvenation is really nice. It gives me a way of reviving units, so we're going to take that. But before we forget, gotta cast Force of Nature. This is an incredible, incredible spell. It's also going to take a ton of upkeep. So we're going to see where mana's at after this thing's done. As for you guys, go ahead and build the Sanctuary Outpost for sure. We're going to want that. Looks like there are more Void Stones down here that I'm going to get. That would actually finish the set of 3. Maybe I don't need to change the other one. I mean, because the other option is a mana node, and the Void Stones are actually worth more mana. Yeah, I think I don't need these. I think I'm going to cancel this and keep the money because... Well, no, I don't want to do that because the Void Stones are still worth 30 mana, and I need mana more than gold. So I'll let that continue doing what it's doing. That's fine. Then I'll have 4, and if I lose one, I don't lose the set bonus either, so it's probably fine. Let's just get these guys out of here. Do I want to try to take some stuff out on the way, or... I think they just need to go. I don't care about these little pickups. There's so many other things these guys could be doing. I think it's time to just leave. I would like to know where these other teleporters go. Holy smokes, that one's right outside of blue. Should I just pop up and attack blue in the middle? I don't know. That seems risky, even for this army. And this is a pretty good army. But blue could also come down through there and cause trouble. I think this army does need to go attack the enemy. I think it's time to start hitting them on 2 fronts. But I'm just not sure where to do it. I mean, I would like to push back from Arcadia, but I don't really have a quick way of getting this army out to Arcadia. Whereas I could get them to blue now if I just go through the Umbral, although they would need to heal up before I did that anyway. The other option is Whiterun. I think actually Whiterun is the best option. If I get this army to Whiterun, they could go kill Dawnwatch and take it, and that would stop that Dawnwatch from harassing me, and from there I could use that as a launch point for operations hitting blue and orange. I think I like that idea best. Blue might come through here and take this Umbral. Where am I at? I don't know which Umbral island I'm on anymore. The last one I checked, of course. Blue might come through here and take this Sanctuary Outpost. I would not be surprised at all if they do. But I think I just don't care. I think I'll just circle around and hit blue from a different angle, and then I can come take it back later if I want to. But sending this army at blue in their current condition, probably not. Oh, wait. I take that back, though. If they just stay here, the Sanctuary Outpost will heal them up. You know what? I think I am. I'm going to take the aggressive play here. I think this is right. I think this is the right call. We'll take the ferry. We'll get her in here to help keep everybody patched up. I think it was this army that lost the ferry. I'm going to have... Yeah, we'll give these guys one of the Avengers. We'll add the ferry to that group. And then we'll have these guys just chill here for a bit. I'm not going to fight that. They'll just chill here, and yeah, I think I am going to just hit blue from behind. I think that army is good enough. And I would rather be hitting my enemies from 2 directions than 1 right now. Alright, Falkreath's making a mint. There's other stuff that I never really had time to clear. I could grab that gold mine there. That's basically free money, or that one. Either one, honestly. I've already built the estate hall, so I don't really need to get that forester back. Could make the monastery. That gives bonuses for adjacent farms. Shrine of Prosperity is a very good one that I should probably get. Bonuses for farms and foresters. This would actually be a pretty good spot for the Shrine of Prosperity. Oh wait, I have the Spelljammer there. Where could I put this that would make sense? That spot right there would be good for it. Did have 2 foresters, potentially 3, as well as that farm. And it's a conduit. Not sure if that benefits anything, but I could build a sacred meadow here, maybe. If I have... did I get... I'm not sure if I took that tome. I think I did. Yeah, I do. I have sacred meadow. Okay, I think I see something I could do here. Let's do this. We'll take a forester for now, but I will instantly switch that over to a Shrine of Prosperity. And slap that down right there. Should be able to get some good bonuses from that. And I just got a tier 3 spider out of that. That's handy. Alright. How are you guys doing? You've all moved as much as you can. I'll have this spider catch up with them. And my teleporter is broken. I am just going to leave it like that. I don't really care. I'm going to have another teleporter up soon enough. Okay, mage... Oh gosh, this mage isn't even fully powered up yet. Alright. Let's keep stacking those bonuses. You guys are good for now. Lots of people getting captured. And walls breached here at Karatov for another big siege. Hopefully auto-combatable one. Because I don't really want to do this myself. But most likely, that dragon will probably die. Maybe the fairy will be smart enough to heal it. This is probably most of Larissa's remaining army right here, I would assume. Although the AI has a tendency to just mass buy heroes after you kill a bunch of them, so I'll still have a bunch to deal with. Okay, that worked pretty well, and I believe we just got our first golden dragon. And this is where things start to really shift in our favor. I'm going to take the enchantment on that, or the binding fragments on that, because I kind of need them. Only have 200. Alright, we got that. Let's move in a little further and go for the kill on the city center. I'm just going to move my dragon because I'm trying to conserve movement here. Another quick auto, no big deal. Okay, having this guy around is going to make a big difference, because he's going to help with healing everyone. And the benefits from these dragons should just start stacking pretty quickly. Is that technically next to the city? No, it's not. So that'll be the spot for my next outpost, I think. Is there anything I need to worry about underground? Possibly. Alright, I'm going to move you guys to here for now. We'll take a turn in friendly territory to just patch up. Yeah, looks good to me. City awaits its fate is going to be turned into a vassal, just like everybody else. Are all my Whispering Stones being used? They are. You got a level of renown. Hero leads full army of legendary rank units. Alright, so they are now an instructor, which actually means that I should move the other young dragons in with their army. At the very least, one that hasn't evolved yet. So we're going to swap you out, move the good one in with Dovahkiin, put you in here, and I'm also going to swap... We'll swap an Avenger for another dragon right now. The Pyre Templars can kind of help protect those dragons, so I would rather take the Avenger out. There we go. That should help the other dragons level up that much faster. They'll be big old dragons in no time. And we just get through our massive list of captured heroes, and next turn we also get Force of Nature. Things are going to turn around very quickly here. And I think we're about to hit the snowball. effect. Which is very exciting because, trust me, I want to wrap this game up as much as you guys probably want me to. Because I am very excited to get onto some of the Giant Kings content. I have a new build that I just finished a game with Giant Kings. Just finished my first full playthrough. It actually went to turn 187, which is kind of insane. I was doing a free-for-all game, but ended up going to war with the entire map. And I had a ton of fun with it. I really like the Giant King rulers. I particularly like the Fire Giant. I think it's really cool. So that's kind of what you can expect to see in the next series. And I have a very fun build for it that I found to be just incredibly powerful. So I'm looking forward to it. But we got to wrap this one up first. They're backing off. What are they doing? They're just oh, I forgot to reinforce that city with friendly armies. Okay, mental note to self, do that the moment that I can, for the first moment that I can. Why are they not just going for it? They probably could have sieged it by now. I mean, Arcadia's got like a gold golem, but that's not gonna stand up to all that crap. I was actually really hoping Blue would go all in on this because I'm about to kind of sneak up on... Oh, there they come. All right. There it is. There's the siege. Okay. How long before reinforcements arrive from Rally of Lieges? That's a 4-turn siege right now. As long as it stays at 4. Okay, it's at 3 now. I think the Rally of Liege units show up in 2 turns. So I think I can still reinforce them in time. But I gotta double check that. I really wish I would have remembered to do that on the last turn. On to Larissa's turn, I think, and she shouldn't have much left. Oh, Blue's coming in. Thinks they're gonna save their friend, huh? They came through that chrono gate, so they had a little extra movement. Well, that certainly can't be allowed. I'm gonna have to have Dovahkiin's army go down there and show them what's up. But I'm at least glad I noticed it. Oh, they might have actually come through that teleporter, which was dumb. If they did, they would have been better off going through. Oh, that's a terrible army. They're gonna get smoked. Okay, what do we got? Vassal Arcadia is under siege, 3 turns left. Let's go to Rally of Lieges and reinforce. First, yeah, reinforce in 2 turns. Okay, so we're going to get a lot of really nice stuff for them. Transmuters, Fire Giants, basically all the highest tier units I can afford. Yeah, sure, Banshee, Bastion, Inquisitor, Longbow. I don't really care. Just throw it all in there. Avenger, Dark Knight, another Dark Knight, everybody. Reinforce Arcadia, because that is the only city that matters. Guard Arcadia, there we go. 2 turns, that alone should be enough to repel this, but I'm still going to send extra units up there to make sure. Besides, I'm still looking for ways of getting rid of all these extra animals. Alright. Well, they should be good for now. Let's go get rid of these little pests. No, you don't get to come in and ruin all my hard work. Oh, come on, guys. Really? That's just embarrassing. There is no reason that army should have taken down one of the young dragons. That should have been a very easy battle. Alright, I don't know which one of them it was, but they're both in timeout again. I can't wait until they're evolved, because I should be able to auto-combat pretty much everything once they are. Alright. What does that dissonance effect do again? I can never remember. When an enemy overcharged spell is cast, this unit suffers... Holy crap. Okay, well, whatever just happened there is what the unit probably suffers. Alright, I think we can 1v1 that easily enough. And then I've got a couple big breath attacks that I can do here. Let's make sure that I don't overextend with the dragon, but I think I'll be fine. I'm thinking Dovahkiin and this dragon both run in there and just fry everything with dragon breath. Yeah, that seems too good to pass up. Blinding some dudes. Oh, didn't see him. Big damage right there. Stunned even one of them. He won't hardly touch that dragon. I think coming in and hurting that charge it, or that pole arm guy is probably worth it. Also, just out of an abundance of caution, I'm going to drop right in here with this person. In fact, I can shield bash and stun that guy while still protecting that dragon there. We'll use the ferry to give Dovahkiin some extra defense. And then, let's see, I think it's just these guys down here. So I'm gonna, with them, I'm going to actually summon a spider. I can go in and web up a whole bunch of stuff. There we go. And the rest is just really extra units. Know where to put them. I guess I can get this archer up somewhere where you can shoot stuff. Yeah, right there. That'll work. Get rid of that battle mage. And then I can drop a Devout Radiance in the middle of everything. You know what? I use this spell often enough. Oh wait, it is on there. It's just the top one. Okay. There we go. Dragons are still in timeout. Yes, attack the spider. That's who you want to fight. I can't even hardly scratch my troops. Whatever I can reach. You guys should be able to deal with them. I I think a good old-fashioned tail swipe here will do the trick. All right. This should be just about it. And I guess at this point we can just throw down one last stack of grace on everybody in case of retaliation attacks. Finish off these little leftovers. Well, good try, Noctis. Good try. Now, if you'll excuse me, I would really like to go finish this lady off. Another thing I should probably do with these armies is, let me look. That's my instructor, so none of the units that are with them are fully evolved yet, so that's fine. We'll keep it the way it is. But as units evolve and hit legendary rank, I'm going to swap them out for others that aren't quite legendary rank, so that that army, that's kind of what I like to do with an instructor, is have one in like a 3-stack, and then swap units that are identical out with other similar units, and just make sure the instructor always has people that aren't fully promoted. And you can basically level up an army quite a bit faster that way, without having all your heroes being instructors. You just cycle units in to the one that needs it. Okay, I guess you guys are fine. I know we can't step on their mine, because that'd be it'd just be too much. We can't do that. I will go ahead and... Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave these guys here, because if I put units into that city's defense, they'll be locked in there until the siege is over. And I don't know if I want to do that. I think I might want to have these guys available to do a preemptive attack outside in the open field. So we'll see. As for you guys, well, first off, I want a sanctuary expansion. So we're going to grab that for the extra mana. Then I want all of you guys to stand here and chill for a little while. They desperately need some heals after that fight. That umbral nest was nasty, or umbral dwelling was pretty nasty. Okay, and then this is us going after purple, who is being a little butt. I should be able to get that, or not purple, it was orange. I should be able to get that. I can actually still... Oh, okay. I can replace that with a teleporter even while they're absorbing it or raising it. I actually didn't know I could do that. Okay, well, this army needed to come down here anyway. This was where they were going next, so this is as good a place as any for them to be. I might actually be able to use these guys to launch another attack from a different direction, possibly hitting the enemy from 3 locations instead of just 1. I did just build another Avenger here. Oh, this is Riften, okay. I actually am going to queue up another one and send him out right away, because I actually have somewhere he could go. I would like him to go to Markarth. I want to start putting better units into this guy's army and making it something more like what the Wizard's army is, with a bunch of extra firepower in it. The rest of them I'm going to guard. Have the stat guard for now. Yeah, I think that's fine. And they'll just build up an army, and once it's done, I'll send it out somewhere. But as long as they're doing something, I think that's what's important. Oh, yes, and we need this. Always forget. Now, this is going to be... Oh, my poor mana. This changes some things. 376. I will be losing 125 mana per turn after this is cast. Okay, it is time to actually cancel all those extra troops I had ordered. I might wait until next turn, though. I'm going to wait until next turn to cast that. That's a little too much all at once. I need to adjust my armies a bit for that. And we actually just got a monolith at Riften to boost our mana income. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is cancel all of this. Those extra units, can't afford them. Not right now. I'm also probably going to have to get rid of some of my animals or just throw them wildly at the enemy on the next turn. I guess I've got this one extra Avenger now, so we may as well go this way too. Valkyrie's got the mint. We're working on the Shrine of Prosperity. I don't really have a way of getting extra mana, other than I could get the School of Discipline that benefits from quarries. There's not a lot of those in Falkreath. Okay, I can get the teleporter. At least have a way of getting more units to the front line. Oh, I got a Phoenix. Fancy. Alright. That actually... Is that like a leader's army material? I think these guys are pretty dang stacked, but I can think of a lot of other places a Phoenix would be pretty useful. Not the least of which I think is the Rangers army, so he'll kind of come down here too. Alright, what can I do with this city to get more mana income? We need a monolith. For that we need a conduit. There's not really anywhere I can put a conduit out here. I mean, I got a quarry here. I'll switch that to a conduit. I also kind of want to start stretching the borders of this city back this way a little, because there's some nice stuff up over here. Another mana node. I could actually immediately replace that quarry with this one. If that's just a crappy bird, I'm getting rid of it, because I don't want to pay the mana on it. Dovahkiin leveled up. Didn't even notice that. Got the Terrifying Gorging. I got Dragon's Roar already. I did not pick up Terrifying Gorging. I find I don't normally use it. I could give him some summons. I think I would go the Conjure Wild Growth route first. It's just more healing and stuff that he can do. Also, I get the final Dragon upgrade now, which gives him a lot of more healing options. Also unlocks Avatar of Nature, which includes Maternal Rage and Natural Regeneration. Does he already have Natural Regen from something? I don't think he does. I think my troops do, because they have the Draconian Race transformation, but I don't think Dovahkiin does. I don't see it in here. It's probably going to be Elder of Nature. I think Avatar of Nature for another 30 hit points on top of the 20 that gives you. Oh, these all give you that 20 and then 1 defense and resistance. So it's really just the other ability that's the difference. I do want to look at these. Wind Barrier is good, but not as good as what's in the Nature one. Fires of War. Nah, I don't really need that. Materium gives me Unstoppable Juggernaut. Materium Scales. Hardening. Okay, don't need that. I'd rather just... This seems like just basically worse than what Nature offers, because you get plus 5 HP per stack of Materium Scales, which presumably can stack 5 times. But that's like up to 25 HP, or you could just pick Elder of Nature and just get Avatar of Nature for 30 HP, plus the natural regen. Yeah, it's going to be Elder of Nature, for sure. And I am going to take Avatar of Nature right now. So now my hit points have massively spiked. I'm still going to get Conjure Wild Growth, I think. So Dovahkiin's looking pretty strong over there. I like it. I also got a... Okay, Lusty leveled up. We're going to get you Probably really just things that make her more of a tank. That's kind of the whole build. I think maybe another HP upgrade would be good. Do I already have the best vigor, greater vigor? Or is greater vigor even in this line? Or is it just regular vigor? I would take more HP, but I mean, I am going to take more HP. But it seems a little odd that there's not a greater vigor in the defender line. I know the warrior has it. Okay, well, I'll take what HP I can get, I suppose. Okay, we still got Force of Nature ready to go, but it's going to cost us our left leg to keep that going. I gotta get my mana situation sorted out before I cast that, or get rid of a bunch of these extra troops, extra little animals and stuff. I think on the next turn, I will just throw these armies at these guys, and who survives, survives, and that should clear up a lot of mana. I will probably cast Force of Nature before doing that. Chris Lighthawk also brought up a good point about Rangers. It might be worth not taking this right now, because it reduces movement cost for friendly units in your domain by 2 move points, but if you have Advanced Logistics, you're already moving really fast through your own terrain, and it actually doesn't really save you any time. Roads cost 3 move points instead of 5. Actually, wouldn't it though? Or am I doing the math wrong on this? Because default movement cost on roads is 5. If you take Advanced Logistics, it becomes 3. But wouldn't Rangers make it 2? Oh no, you already get a movement speed boost in your own territory. So if you're moving on a road in your own territory, Rangers actually doesn't do anything for you. Or on a road in friendly territory, I should say. And most of where I'll be moving will have roads. So I think I'm going to hold off on Rangers for now unless I see some reason to take it. Okay, who needs Void Crystals? I was kind of trying to... I think everybody has Void immunity items, but I was trying to get the army recuperation for everybody. Void of... Yeah, I think just go to Dovahkiin probably. I still need some more. So I'll just swap it out with that True Sight one since this is just better. I also have that Anka the Phoenix, which might be worth putting on Dovahkiin. Instead of the yeah, I would rather put that Astral Membrane on one of the shield units anyway. Halo of Necron, that's also probably better on a shield unit. This, I would rather be the Ankh of the Phoenix on Dovahkiin. Alright, I'll switch those out for now. I'll try to remember I've got that Halo of Necron that someone could use. Now Dovahkiin, if they die, they resurge, so that's even better. I should never lose them. I need to go back into the item forge, hit up blueprints, and make more of those void crystals. Army healing is worth it. And then I can disenchant the other ones if I don't need them anymore. Okay, we're at the end of the turn. Let us see what awaits on the next turn. Oh, did I goof it up? Okay, there it goes. I was saving it while going to the next turn. Ooh, gross. There's more umbral crap down there. Don't have time to deal with it, though. I haven't even had time to deal with this bit of it here, which is kind of bothering Falkreath. Alright. So I just need to remember on the next turn, I'm gonna cast Force of Nature. And then I need to do that before I rush all these people in, because a lot of these are animals, and Force of Nature does buff them. So I want them to have all the buffs from it, so they can hit this army as hard as they can. I'm gonna laugh if this ragtag army runs in there and kills everything with absolutely no trouble or losses. I don't know if I can expect that much out of them, but what I would really like to do here is kill Orange's stuff and break the siege, obviously, but I also want to take a chunk out of Blue. If I can, I just took some out of Blue to the west. If I could take more out of them here, the more I take out of Blue, the less likely it's going to be for the army that I have up here when they come through here. Whoops, hang on. Where are they coming through? Was it this one? Yeah. When they go out of and pop up next to Helix Hold for a surprise siege out there, the less likely it is Blue's going to be able to throw a whole bunch of stuff at me and mess it up. But it looks like Blue left. I don't know where they're going. Maybe they're sending more to try to get Karatov? I don't know. How much longer before that completes? One more turn? So I kind of want to send Dovahkiin's army on now and go for the kill on Larissa, but I don't want Blue sneaking up on Karatov and taking it. Although I guess I can teleport units out there in a pinch if I need to. I just don't want to. Jeez, look at the mess these guys left. There's a derelict workshop there. They had, I guess they did clear out more of the infestations than I was giving them credit for. Just they didn't do anything about this umbral crap. Although for all I know, they may have buddied up with like this umbral dwelling here. I don't know for sure. Alright, Larissa, do you have anything worth fighting back with? I'm giving her time to rebuild, so... Although her economy's got to be in shambles at this point. She's down to one city unless she's got something underground. Actually, I wonder if she does have something underground. I don't see anything. Probably not. Alright, and it's just the independence, and then my animals are off to war. Geez, Whiterun has a lot of defenders. I might need to, I probably should go through my cities and reallocate where defenders are going. Although Falkreath also still has a lot. I don't know, I think it's just at this point I have so many city-states that I'm just going to have defenders freaking everywhere. Okay, mana continues to drop, not go up, but I am going to go through with my plan here. Okay, I'm now losing 151 mana per turn, so we need to purge the ranks, so to speak. I'm going to intentionally put together or ensure that I have a lot of weak units in this group. I'm going to actually make it mostly animals. Pretty much all animals, actually. Yeah, all animals in this one. And then if there's extra room, we'll throw in some of our normal guys. You're an animal, you're an animal. Here we go, bear. You two. Go here. Alright, and then I guess we'll make a kind of balanced stack. We'll throw Avenger in there, we'll throw... Actually, I would rather it be a bunch of tier 1s, to be honest. We're gonna throw the army that's most likely to get thinned out. No, I'm not trying to invade my ally. It's very annoying. I wish I could just stand on their stuff. Tier 1s. You guys. Get a bunch of you in there. And yes, we could go with an Honor Blade and maybe a Seal Bearer. The Honor Blades actually would probably be good for this fight. I'll do this. Okay, it's all on you guys to save the world. Good luck. Risky battle, auto combat. Please, please kill some of my stuff. I've been trying to get this army of animals killed for a while now, and they keep being wildly successful. There's a good chunk of them gone. Okay, they did something useful, died gloriously, and now we're back to 140 mana per turn. That's what you call resource management. Okay, pretty good shield there, dang. But honestly not worth keeping because I can make shields with defensive masters, which I think is just better almost no matter what. So I'm going to take the binding essence on that. And we've still got enough for like full 3 stack here, so we'll just bring in all the others and kind of park them around the city. But now everybody's all powered up with the bonuses from Force of Nature, so we're in a very good position here. Whoops. No, don't attack. Dang it. Alright, I'm just going to leave these guys kind of hanging out near Arcadia. I feel like the enemy will probably come back at some point, and we'll just beat them up again. I've never been so happy to lose units. Okay, how far can these guys get? So orange is being a pest down here, and there's another umbral dwelling being a pest. I feel like these guys are... Is this guy giving extra health to his units? Does he have that upgrade? Oh, he's leveled up, okay. And he does have that upgrade, yes. I'm going to give him, I think I might give him the bonus damage. No, I'm going to keep going down this line with him here. Okay. Because that leads to another 10% damage increase. I'm also going to stack both dragons with him in the hopes that he kind of protects them and gives them a little extra health so they are maybe less likely to die. Just kind of rearrange this group a little bit here. Alright, I probably am going to need to... Oh wait, well, no, I can stop this, but then I want to take this. That was part of the point of coming down here, was taking this depository of defuncts. You go there, you go here. Just go stand on that for a second. Okay, we got our outpost back. And that is turning into a teleporter, so that's good. I'm going to get back out of the umbral crap, which is slowly spreading, and I need to do something about. We have better units on the way that I can replace some of his lesser units with and actually make a decent army out of that. More enemies here to deal with. That should be an easy clear. I think. Come on, guys. You can do it. There you go. Another dragon. Oh, wait, no, hang on. No, I mixed the Prosperity Dragon up with the Golden Dragon. We're still working on those two. But at least they didn't die. Okay, Helm of Hyper Awareness. That's a good one. I'll probably take that. And being immune to flanking is always good, and I can usually use an accuracy bonus on somebody. Need to check the Archer and the Mage. You have... Yeah, that's better than what you have, so... Because it adds the immunity to flanking on top of it. So, yeah, I'll take it. I think it is time to move on and get an outpost set up out there. And I think this city has one more turn. Yeah, one more turn. So I don't think blue can make it to this city in time to interrupt the vassal process. I need to get just a little further. Actually, it doesn't matter. I could make the outposts here and the teleporter here. It'd be just as good. Although I would really rather, I would rather just get the outpost on that spot. Because it's going to be closer to the city. Although I actually have to go out of my borders regardless, I think. I could have 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the way I set this up, I could have at least one army in neutral territory healing. I'll wait until the next turn and just get the outpost on the exact spot that I want it. I don't really have anyone that... Oh, well, if I was smart and built roads. It's just the way this is curved is... Oh, wait, you could do it. Okay. Alright, so what I can do is I can build a little road here. Actually, she might not even need to. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as you can make it to that spot. Yeah, I don't even need to build a road. I just fly forward, build outposts, come back. There we go. Alright. You guys, I'm gonna let heal some more. They've seen some stuff. They need a break. Alright, is there anything in here I should grab? I should probably get the Wizard Tower Crypts. That'll also increase mana, not by much, but it should start adding up as the game goes on. Yeah, I'm good with that for now. Also, probably if I get this... I think I want a Spelljammer in Riften. I probably should have gotten that a while ago, actually. Did I ever build a Sacred Meadow out here? I don't think I did. I'm going to build a Spelljammer where this Forester is. And then probably a Sacred Meadow here. Yeah. Riften really needs a Spelljammer. In fact, I want that more than that. And then once that's up, I'm going to turn that farm into a Sacred Meadow. So it gets the bonuses from what will be, at that point, 2 conduits. Technically should be 3, but doesn't count them from your allies for some reason. And how are you guys doing out here? A Garden of Affluence maybe would be good per farm in Forester and City Domain. That takes a long time to build, though. I kind of need another farm for a Stonemason upgrade. We'll start working on this, and then I can swap things out as the city grows. I need farms in here for a few different reasons, actually. Tavern as well. Okay, so I take this and get mana. Yeah, I want to annex that claim province. I don't give a crap. Let me see if you're worthy of my attention. No one has met you. That's interesting. Well, I've got this shiny little orb here that you can have. I'm sure that one of these people doesn't need it anymore. Habit, you could... we're gonna withdraw the Whispering Stone and try to sneak another ally in down here. Come on. There we go. We can be friends. Oh, they're way in the corner at the bottom right. I thought they were top right. I was sort of surprised the enemy hadn't found them. But yeah, if we can get more vassals, good for us. Voidstone collection is acquired. That should massively boost my research. I wonder if it tells me how much I'm getting for that. Interrogation room, income from vassals, 240, but that might include some they're giving me anyway. I'm not really sure where that gets put to, whether that gets added to my capital city or added to the global pool. I'm not really sure, but it just says vassals grant 10 knowledge, so I have, well, that's easy to calculate actually. Just look at my number of vassals. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 90 more research per turn. And that's going to go up as the game progresses. Another level up for this one for Zako, the Shield Maiden. We're going to get charge resistance because she's already got defensive masters. And I get another hero. I was wondering when I would get another one. We're gonna stick with the Argonians. We could get another ranger, who is a shepherd. Might not be bad because of all the animals I've got. Although, I did just get a bunch of them killed. We got a mage that's a dominator. What does shepherd do again? Gives you druid. Animals get 20 more hit points, 20 less upkeep. I could go for that. And also, I don't have a warrior. I don't have a charge unit. A recruiting governor doesn't do me a whole lot of good. The arcane governor might be better. But, I don't know. I think having a warrior would round out my armies pretty nicely. That one's a prospecting governor and defender. I'm gonna take the warrior shepherd, since I'm getting all these extra animals, and since I have summon, I can get summon greater animal. I've got bonuses. I've got general a lot of bonuses to animals. I think I could actually make that work pretty well. I'm gonna recruit you. Give you a charge attack weapon, I'm thinking. Godbreaker might do it. For now, that'll work. I could use boots that make them go faster. For now, Paladin's Winged Helm works well. Control Loss Immunity, also a good choice for a charge hero that can dish out a lot of damage in a single hit. I think I might go with that. Especially because I've been dealing with so much insanity effects. Mantle of Hexing. I don't really need magic damage on you. I need things like that. Party chestplate. And do I have Boots of Freedom? Very fast movement, swift, perfect. Perfect for them. Windshield would be good, I think, on a melee, fast moving melee unit. Vicious Killer and Inspiring Killer also good, but I really, really like, or just basic defense and resistance, but I think I generally like the Windshield better. I'll take the defense and resistance in this case. And then what else can I give you? We'll give you one of the old light seeing vessels for umbral immunity. Probably replace that eventually. Dagger of the Demolisher, Seer of Demolishing, lots of Demolisher items. I'm noticing a theme. You're an animal person, so we'll give you a Rod of Animal Summoning, I guess. And I guess a Bell of True Sight or something? Or Halo of Necron. Yeah, sure, I don't really care. Just give you some items. We'll worry about fine-tuning things later. But for now, looking good. Alright, you're my charge attack person, the one with the pear on the head of the lizard. I think I'm going to have her go join my ranger. I really want to make, or have her go join the armies that are going to go after blue. I'm going to have her join the ranger, because the ranger has that phoenix with them. That would be a good fit for her army. And I probably should try to get some other animals down here to round that out. Whoever survived the other fight. And then I can give her an army of animals and try to get that. I can try to get her that major renown upgrade thing done fairly quickly, hopefully, because I have so many animals. Okay, we're good with that. Zorn the Discipline cast guilt on me, so that hit that animal army. That's fine. Province is being pillaged. We fixed that, and we're at the end of the turn. Okay. Alright, I think this is where I stop for this episode. Yeah, this is where I'm going to wrap it up here, I think, guys. Thanks for watching. I think that as this series goes on, I should be able to auto-combat more and more, and hopefully we can get this wrapped up pretty soon. And if push comes to shove, maybe I'll try to record a few episodes at once or something, but I'm not going to be able to do that today. If that does happen, I'll let you guys know. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you guys are having fun with the Giant King stuff. I know I do. I still have a little bit of tweaking with my build to do before it's ready for prime time for my next series, but I got a pretty good idea of what I'll be doing, and I can't wait to show you. So looking forward to that. But thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I will see you all in the next one. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Dawson Horner, Devin Larson, Jimbro, Roderick, and Sarah Feingold. Thanks so much, everybody.